What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another scooter video. My name is Chase Ross if you guys are new to my channel, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how to do a can plant under leg sweep, or as I like to call them, the crane. Let's jump right into this. Now today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to do the crane. The crane is one of my all-time favorite tricks because you can link it into basically any line. But before we actually jump into this tutorial, let's get a couple things straight. You guys need to make sure you have a helmet on. It is so important that you guys have a helmet on for any new trick that you guys are learning. Trust me when I say it, you will not regret it later if you put your helmet on. Up next, you guys got to make sure you guys know the core fundamental trick, and that is can plants. You guys can watch my tutorial up there, click on that card, and that'll take you right to my how to can plant video. But now, let's go ahead and jump right into this how to crane video. Jumping right into step number one. Like I said before, you guys want to make sure that you guys know how to can plant. So for starters, what we're going to do right here is we're just going to hop into a can plant. And what we're going to do now is use our core to stabilize the can plant. Because when it comes to doing it out of a quarter pipe, it's going to be really important that you guys can actually get into a can plant from a hopping position. So we're going to just take a little bit step back, roll forward a bit, and then just make a dramatic hop to do a can plant. That's going to be such an important step to doing the crane, because when you learn how to hop into the can plant, you're going to be able to actually step down on it and stabilize, use that core, tighten up, and then you're going to be able to throw the scooter back behind and get into step number two. Now for step number two, what we're going to be talking about is where you're going to be moving your scooter down to. The goal is to get it down behind your butt. So picture, while you're in the can plant, moving your scooter back, and at the same time you're using your back foot to push the scooter down. So all in one motion, just like that. Now that the scooter's down here by our butt, what we're going to be doing is leaning forward. Now use your foot and just kind of find balance. Move yourself around a little bit just to make sure you can wibble around and find that balance point. Perfect. That right there is such a huge important step, so run that back as many times as you guys can until you can comfortably hold that can plant leaning forward just like that for as long as you can. Moving right along into the next step, we're going to be focusing on which hand's going to be coming off while we're leaning forward. So let's get back into that position again. We're leaning forward, we're in the can plant, we're staying balanced just like this. Now if you're goofy like me, you're going to be removing your left hand first, and you're going to be going clockwise around your body like that. Now if you're regular, you're going to be having your left foot on the ground doing the can plant. You're going to be taking off your right hand and moving the scooter counterclockwise around your body. So we're back in the can plant position, leaning forward just like this. Now we're goofy, so I'm going to be taking and pushing my scooter back behind my butt just like this, and at the same time I'm going to lean forward. While I'm leaning forward, I'm using my leg to stabilize and my core, and now my left hand's going to come off. At this point, your scooter deck should be able to maintain and stay on your actual foot. The way to do that is to keep your scooter and hand in a constant position like this. You want to be able to move them all in one motion. So let's jump back into this. We're back in the can plant, leaning forward, got our front hand, left hand off. We're now pushing the scooter deck back behind us, and at this point we can now cross it under and re-grab the bar. And now that we got our left hand back on, we're going to be letting go with our right hand, pulling the bar back through our leg, re-putting our hand back on the grip, hopping on our scooter just like a normal foot plant on. That's the basic motion of how to can plant under leg sweep, or as I call it, the crane, of course. All right, we are now super close to actually sending our first crane. But before we move on to actually sending it on a ramp, let's talk about our weight distribution, because this is one of the hugest parts. Remember how earlier I was telling you guys how you gotta lean forward? Well, picture it as using your head as a counterweight to your foot. So when you're up on top of a quarter pipe, you gotta make sure that you're balanced up here. So when you lean forward and you actually start to throw it between your legs, your head's gonna come about a foot or maybe even 2 feet away from the coping. So it's gonna come down like this. So I want you guys to practice this motion quite a bit. That right there is the key motion to getting the scooter to stay behind you and your body weight to stay in front of you. If you guys can get that down, you'll be able to throw the scooter behind you and hop back into the ramp, and your weight distribution will already carry you into the ramp as well. So now that we got that out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about what to do when we actually approach the quarter pipe up here. So just like a normal can plant, we're going to get about a foot away from the coping right here, but now we're going to tie everything together. We're going to lean our head forward, take our left hand off, throw it behind our legs, grab back on, take our other hand off, pull it back through the legs. Now approach leaning forward just like this, pull your hand back on the grip, and now you're just gonna do a foot plant drop in. Just like that. So we're coming up, doing a can plant, just a basic can plant. We're gonna lean forward, shift our body weight forward, throw the scooter behind us, catch, put back on, right away. So one more time real quick, while we're in the crane, we're right here, it's going between our legs, scooter's back to normal. All we're doing is just lifting our head straight back up, and then we have all the time in the world to get back into the ramp. Now one quick tip you guys can do to speed this process up is practice the crane motion over and over again, just on the flat ground, just like this. Take it in front of your body, behind, yeah, you can just hop back over, back into the can plant, and do that. Now the quicker you guys can do the motion, the easier it is to get back into the ramp, and the more comfortable it's gonna be. So all in one, it's gonna look like this. I'm gonna go ahead and break this trick down for you guys. So I'm gonna slow-mo the clips, break down each individual part right here as I do the trick, and you guys will be able to have a fuller understanding of how it goes between the legs and you get back into the ramp.
So for starters, we're just going to start over here on the flat ground. You want to make sure that you have this motion completely solid, being able to get it between your legs without snagging your shirt or jeans. I'd always recommend wearing some like tighter jeans and a tighter shirt just so you're not snagging on the way around. But once you got it comfortable on the ground, let's go ahead and take it to the quarter pipe. Make sure you got the can plant nice and solid. You want to make sure that you're able to hop into it, and then of course lean forward, because that is the most important step. So get up there, can plant, and then push through the legs, and then hop back into the quarter.
Before we wrap up this tutorial, I want to leave you guys with 2 quick tips that you guys can do and put into action while you guys try this trick. For number 1, let's make sure that we're gluing our back foot and our hand to the scooter. If you guys can control your scooter like this, you can practice it while in the can plant or just in front of you. Move your scooter and hand just like this, keeping your foot glued to the deck. Being able to do this is such a huge part, because when you're in the can plant like this, you're going to be able to toss it under you a lot better if you're comfortable already keeping that scooter and foot together. Now tip number 2, we want to make sure that we're keeping our center balanced. So like I said before, really adjusting your head is going to be the key to this. Leaning forward, pivoting like a crane, just like that, is going to be the number 1 thing when it comes to doing the crane. So keep those in mind while you're trying this trick. But hopefully by now you guys have a better understanding of how this trick works. I've had a ton of requests to get this trick done for you guys. So hopefully you guys now at least have a better understanding of how this trick works. But if you guys learned anything from this video, or if you guys need some more help, also let me know down below in the comments. Also, if you guys have a trick that you guys want to learn, leave me another comment. And while you guys are there, you guys can give me a big old thumbs up. But that's going to wrap it up for today's video. I will catch you guys in the next one. Later. What?
Like the other leg.
Oh, I can try. Yeah, we can. For the record, I've never done that in my life, so if I can do that switch first try, you guys can definitely learn this trick today.